path
Yeah.
where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny always says, you don't find the art finds you.
Yeah, and that's 100% true.
Yeah.
When I was looking for a way to deal with edge weapons from people trying to stab you,
Right.
you know, I didn't know a whole lot about
Right.
the Filipino arts or the bladed art,
What if they come at you with a sharpened toothbrush?
yeah, yeah, and I fell in love with it, and it just went boom.
I know it's
You
hard to
you
let
are,
go now. Huh?
you had mentioned earlier that you're in the correction officer, right?
Mhm.
Was that at any particular prison, or is that just at the local jail?
County jail.
County jail.
County jail. Yeah.
Did you ever get into any scuffles in there? I mean, you must have, right?
Yeah, 31 years. Yeah, lots. Yeah.
Uh, what are your thoughts on those? Because I'm sure that's got to be. I saw this video where they had a prisoner had his hands in his pockets,
Uh-huh.
and the guards kept on telling him, "Take your hands out, take your hands out," and he wouldn't. And then the prison guard finally walked in there and tried to get. And the guy just starts stabbing him.
Yeah.
You remember that? You know that video?
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I thought that was just crazy. I was like, wow, how would you not know that this guy would do that?
Well,
I mean, the guy must have been just really. I was like, even I knew that, dude, don't
walk in.
Yeah,
well,
it was crazy.
it's kind of like, and I tell this when I taught my law enforcement class, and I tell this when I teach my civilian class. The first thing you need to see before you close any distance on anybody is, where are those hands?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have fun. I go, hey, will this kill you? And they'll go, yeah. And I go, okay, attack, roll over.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go, kill.
Dang.
No,
Dan,
it won't.
and this
will
won't
kill
kill you, but if it's
Yeah.
in this, then
Hey, we're shooting. He's not here yet. He'll be back.
that's what's going to kill you. Those hands,
Right.
and so sometimes when officers get into those situations, like, hey man, it's time on my side. In other words,
Right.
if I was dealing with someone that didn't want to show me their hands, it's time on my side. Yeah, guess what, dude?
We're gonna stand here.
I'll
Until-
stay here
yeah.
all day on the other side of this door.
And I love that video because it really shows that you can never know what to expect. I mean,
Right.
this guy, he was doing his job. He looked like he was
But
trying to do his job.
there's you want to know something funny? There's psych games that you can play with people like that. That someone doesn't want to show their hands, and what you do little things like this as you're talking to them,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes him. Yeah.
and after a while,
They
that
get-
itch.
Wow, that's funny.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that.
yeah. So there are some things because it's and it's something I learned because every now and then, in the jail you get a bug infestation like lice or crabs or something like that coming into the jail, and it's funny because the mental psychological side. Once they find out somebody had lice,
Everybody's itchy.
everybody in that particular
Yeah,
area is
yeah,
going,
yeah,
yeah. And
I used to do that to
Yeah.
piss off my wife. She has a mole or some kind of
yeah.
and honey, there's dirt on your face. And she would just start. Goes, no, it's still there. He goes, and then she'd realize that's the mole, you asshole.
Yeah,
and
so
she'd be so pissed.
so you take things that you learn like that,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you learn kind of like how to capitalize off of it. So there's, no one is going to react when you're yelling at them, and you're,
Right.
So a lot of times when I talk to,
Okay, you're an evil man. It turns out.
yeah, when I talk to, when I'm talking to a lot of, someone that was going off,
Yeah.
I kept my voice low.
Right.
Man, hey,
They have to lower themselves. Yeah.
Hey man, is it okay if I talk to you? Well, I don't want to talk to you. Well, I get that, but I'm here if you want to talk, and I'll
Right.
listen. And then I just shut up. And then they'll start.
Yeah, I
it's
read
like
something
that.
that
Yeah.
if you start a conversation and then go quiet,
Yeah.
people feel uncomfortable, so they want to
Yeah.
they
Start
want to
talking.
fill the void.
Yeah, so there was things
Wow, this is
that I learned.
folks. This is some cool stuff here.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
notes.
No, there was a lot that I learned just on the job, but I was able to look back, like if I did have to get hands on with somebody, I always looked after that fight. What could I have done different
Right.
to prevent this? What little bit more could I have said to change the outcome of having to go physical? Sometimes the hard part is we got young officers, in their 20s and 30s. and it's just in our DNA to be warriors.
Right.
It's just in our DNA to be fighters, and so
Or just look good at your job.
Yeah,
You want to outperform. You want to
Yeah.
stand out.
yeah, and stuff. But when you look at the big picture of some of the people you're dealing with, there's mental health issues, of course.
Right.
There's some of these people are bringing other issues like AIDS, hepatitis, and you don't really want to get bit. So while in your younger age, it's fun to get into a few of these scuffles, and that's just the warrior mentality in us. But as you get older, you realize that I don't want to have to put hands unless I absolutely have to, and have I exhausted all other means. I know a lot of people say pepper spray, but I've seen pepper spray
go real bad.
I've seen pepper spray not work at all, and the guy goes,
"Yeah,
got any more?" And you're going,
All right.
"Now I gotta go fight the guy, and it works great on me."
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like we used to do a rape prevention class, and we would always talk about that pepper spray. We said, "Don't use it."
Well,
I said that's I go, one, if the wind blows on you, you're screwed. If the guy takes it away from you, you're screwed.
Especially if you do the cone or the stream. The foam foam's not. Foam is a little heavier, so and of course in a rape prevention, it's kind of hard to go, I'm going to use my pepper spray. Wind check.
Yeah, right. And,
shift this way a little bit.
We would never.
Let's turn.
This is dumb. Anything that they can take from you, they're going to use on you. So why give them the extra advantage?
Plus, if you don't know how to use it,
and you're panicking, you're nervous, and
and that's because and that's probably like one of the things like with the tournaments and stuff is it gets that adrenaline up and down, and the more times your adrenaline goes up and down and stuff, the better the body is able to acclimate to those stressful situations. I remember one of the first fights that I got into in the jail. Oh my God! After that fight, and it was a good fight too. Oh yeah, man. And computers weren't that great, so we had to do our handwriting report. And so kind of like my handwriting looked like I worked for the California Seismic Society.
Right. I can imagine that.
Yeah. But then down the road after you've been in quite a few, you go right back and you go.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once you get used to something, I think that's what it is. One of the things that I've always enjoyed about doing the martial arts that we do is that when you first learn something, you look like the most awkward person in the world.
Yeah.
Right? You remember those days? Yeah. Right? And then as you moved along, you started to get relaxed about it, and you start to think.
Starts to flow.
And then you're just like, okay.
Well, as Grandmaster always Haran, and it's funny because a lot of the really good Filipino instructors I know out there all play a musical instrument, and so everything is always based around music.
Right.
And so a lot of times GM says, "Hey, everything's always about the beat in the rhythm." Beat and rhythm. And at first you start out
right. Trying to figure out what that beat is.
And then after a while.
Yeah.
And then after a while. Then it just starts clicking. You just start flowing. I still can't play a musical instrument though.
Save your life. It's okay. We're there too.
Yeah. I watch you guys do karaoke and stuff. It's like I can't even sing.
You guys, he's talking about Filipinos. I don't do karaoke. I suck at it. He's like, you guys.
Dude, I've heard you do Sinatra.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do.
Yeah.
Only because I like to play. I like to act when I do karaoke.
Yeah.
There you go.
He puts on the show.
Yeah.
On the show.
I'd be on the Gong Show.
No,
where are we at on time?
Because
I want to be able to get up.
Probably like at a minute 25. Maybe?
Good. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Hour 25.
We're gonna turn the camera over to the field here, and
Yeah.
we're gonna let you play with some knives.
Okay, due to our little midget-sized Mexican.
I have to look up too high. It hurts my neck.
I'm glad. Again, this is why I don't jump in here because this guy would squash the heck out of me. Have fun. Again, this is Color Conversation with me, Rick,
And me, Naeem.
and our
Special
good friend
guest, Brian Everett.
Have fun.
I always do.
All right. Probably one of my big things. A lot of times when we do some edge weapon training. And in the beginning, it's important to understand the angles and where to cut and everything. But I think sometimes we forget where we want this to end up. Because we can't always just walk around on the street like this.
Hey,
How you doing, man? I'm cool.
You know, you guys can kind of talk at the camera here because I am here.
If you
You're here. We don't care about you.
If
Right
you, yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we don't get to walk around.
I'm
on
learning
the street.
something.
Yeah, we don't get to walk around the street with
Right,
everything in
right.
our hands ready. A lot of times, everything that we do starts out empty hand.
The clothes, yeah.
You know,
other
everything
guy
that we
that
do.
has-
The other guy, because you know, I'm the one that's got to be prepared to deal with whatever you give to me. And a lot of times we carry these tools, but how often do we practice getting those tools into play?
Yeah.
And that's kind of my big thing. And so a lot of times after we get the student to understand the beginning concepts of angles and stuff,
Right.
then we start working at them where they go from those transitional drills to go from empty hand reaction into can they get whatever they need to get into play to defend.
That's part of your curriculum.
Yeah, whether it might be we're sitting here and you're coming in at me, you know, boom. Oh shit, I got a hammer. Yeah.
I'm out.
You
I
know,
quit.
I'm gonna bring this into play. You know, what's in your environment? And I just looked over and saw that. You know, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, this place is a
Yeah.
great place
So sometimes,
for improvise.
sometimes we get so focused, we go
Right.
like this. We don't see we don't either see an escape route or we don't see what we can get into because at this moment
Right.
you forget about everything. So sometimes to kind of see where your students are at, you do these little drills. So
You instill it.
yeah, a lot of times and kind of to make it kind of fun, I usually tell who's ever attacked me, you pick the angle. I really don't care. You know, that way they can't say, hey, all right, come at me with a number 1. You know,
Yeah.
or come at me with a low 5.
Right.
You know, and of course you can always make this good. Come in at a low 5.
Right.
You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, I already knew that.
Wait, that's a trainer, right?
Yeah.
I froze the moment he took it out. I'm like, don't move, don't move.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
awesome.
So a lot of times, I get into it, and this also helps your students to start reacting because we haven't even gone yet,
Yeah.
and you're already standing in a defensive triangular position, and
I have a knife in my hand. That's my first
yeah,
go-to.
because see, sometimes people we train, but
Right.
we forget to tell people what to look for.
Yeah.
You know, and anybody that comes up to you and triangulates on you is usually an offensive position. Hey, can I have some money? Or
Yeah, I'll
hey,
do
man,
this.
you're parking in my spot. Whatever the scenario may be. Most behavior when someone's going to attack you, a pre-attack sign
Right.
is when they triangulate off you. And
They
so,
want that.
yeah, you know, so a lot of times I like to I just start out kind of like this. This is why in our system, everything we do, we always start out like this.
Neutral
And then
position.
however we're going to, then
Like,
we
depending
go.
on where it's coming from.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Right.
And so, you know, you pick the angle you want to attack at.
Okay.
And my job is to be able to apply what I've learned into that situation. You ready?
All right.
Okay.
No, I'm not ready, but let's
All
do
right,
it.
sounds good. You know, bam.
Ooh. All right, that's scary.
Wasn't really that good, but I applied because
Right.
I didn't know what angle you're going to come
Right.
in at me at. So I did, I just applied whatever came. You know, that I can't pre-program that.
Right.
It just has to happen.
No,
You
you
know?
get it.
So, bam, there.
There.
Now, and you notice I worked area bigger
Right.
because my ultimate goal is not to sit there and go 99.
Right.
My ultimate goal is to create that. But now that I brought something equal, maybe it gets you to think maybe this ain't a good idea
Well,
right
no,
now.
the funny thing, we were talking about how you feed people certain little things in their head, and when you started moving back, it made me want to do the same thing. And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
why am I even moving back?
Create that space because whether you realize it when you saw this,
Right.
you realize, oh shoot,
Okay,
the playing field just got equal. This ain't fun no more.
I'm not on top.
Yeah.
Not that I ever was. You're 6'4". That's just scary.
Yeah. But, bam. Now we always believe, you know, we're kind. Our art is a very kind art, and we believe in giving back than receiving. You know.
Give back the knife. Here you go.
Yeah. It was yours to begin with. You know?
But I like the control that you got. You went for the hand. You weren't trying to get the wrist. You want to make sure that they can't let go of that knife.
Right. And this is the other thing, because like, you know, you go here.
Right.
I haven't. This is still
Yeah,
gonna bite
still.
me, man. That can still do anything.
Right.
Boom. And I'll like grab.
Right.
You know. Boom. See. Bam. You know. You haven't really controlled the head. Here. There isn't much. Even if you reached over right now. Boom. You know. Boom. It was yours. I begin to
Right.
give it to you. Here. I really like that ponytail because I don't have any hair.
So it's jealousy. I see why you're doing it.
Yeah. So, you know.
Right.
So, boom. Here. Feed it. Let that energy
Right.
go.
You're
Take
not
it.
fighting it.
Boom. If maybe you're my drunken brother-in-law and I
Right.
don't want to cut you, but I just want to control you, you know, into here and take that. You know, use those tools.
Oh yeah, understanding the tool, so you're not just going straight for the cut and
Yeah.
stabbing.
Now, I'm gonna get yelled at because I handed you the blade back versus laid on the ground. But,
I was going to
GM.
make mention of that.
GM.
I was going to make mention of that. You never give the.
you know, but did you notice the hand work that I do on almost a lot of this?
Oh, how you pass?
Lately, Danny and Manny were doing something very similar
Mickey,
the
yeah.
other day. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that, boom,
Yeah.
now it comes back. Boom, here, boom, boom, boom. High, low, inside, outside.
Yeah, you
You know,
on both
so here,
sides.
it comes back. Boom, 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 ooh, bam.
There it is.
Here. Bargaining position. You know, do it once, right?
We did it right this time.
You know, but you know, honestly, that's one of the things we want to do is we're not going to. A lot of times, we're not going to see it. You know, that knife is usually going to come in on that low part, boom, and we want to move it and get the heck out of, create that distance. You know, if you can bring something to equal it in that playing field, especially if that person's determined.
Right.
I mean, there's like, this is a smorgasbord. You
Oh.
got to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you then incorporate the mentality other than the drill of getting your students to create that distance and pull their weapon? It's like how do you feed that
and
to
that's
them?
one of the things. We'll start out slow,
Uh-huh.
like such as boom, boom. Here, you still see how I check
Ah,
it
I
and
see.
where I
Okay.
check it, because if I don't,
Uh-huh.
you can still come back.
Right.
And if I'm within range,
Okay.
here. So it's trying to get these to work in cooperation with each other.
Right,
If
so
I
the
just
whole-
do this,
Yeah.
oh well, it's just real easy for you to go right there. And boom, it's real easy to go here. Here, now turn.
Wow.
See,
I'm already
he
off
takes-
balance.
Yeah, he's
I'm like,
off
wait, hold
balance.
on.
He's off balance. But if I'm here,
Right.
oh,
yeah.
boom, see, you can pull so that
Yeah.
getting that above that elbow here. Even
Yeah.
if he comes over the top, boom, and you're here. And of course, I got
Wow.
take down, you know, boom. I've always like these. You know, see how I pull him into his own blade.
Right, so
but
the
I also
weight-
got bargaining in case it's a brother-in-law or something that he just too drunk at the party, and then we just gotta, you know, take him down and here, boom, and stuff. You know, but sometimes we're gonna switch weapons here. Sometimes it's all you get to carry.
Right.
And and you got Murphy's Law. Maybe this doesn't open up the way it was supposed to.
As you pulled it out, yeah.
Yeah, you pulled it out. Or you got it out, maybe you didn't get the blade open. Bam. Here. Then you start going into the...
And creating the distance again to allow you to open it.
But now it becomes an impact weapon.
Right.
So, bam. See?
That control.
Right here.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Kidney. And you notice where I put the elbow.
Yeah. It gets still positioned, so I can't even get...
He turns here. Should he turn?
Right.
Bam. Bam. Take it out into here. And then I got pressure point, ribs, and stuff.
So it's really understanding the tool and making sure that you're aware of where it is at all
where
times.
it is, blade orientation.
Right.
I watched a guy one time. He was going to do the knife pop like that. Well, what happened was he did the knife pop and the knife.
He didn't hit anyone, did it?
Yeah. Because in that stressful situation, you go, wow, and you think that I'm just going to pop that open, and I've seen it. I've seen training knives go flying. But not a bad time to lose your weapon.
No, it's the worst time to do it. But again, you have to understand the limitations of what you have in your hand as well as what you're capable of.
Yeah. So sometimes, put that pressure on the student.
Okay.
Take it simple. Hey. Okay, you're going to attack, but this time you don't have your weapon. So now it comes in, pop, pop, pop. Maybe here. Now you come in.
Right, now.
Bam. Now start looking for the target. You come back in. Bam. Yeah, here. Boom. Pull through.
And then it becomes that play. Now just...
Bam. Boom. Right there. Bam, bam. Again, look where I block.
Yeah, the position.
Now, if you step back there to cut.
Right.
Then
you pull back.
Boom.
I see. So you're constantly geared for multiple directions in which you're going.
Yeah, and that's where the counter for counter playing comes in, because not everything is going to come in at the once.
Right.
This guy might just say, "Hey, man, I lost my dog.
Right.
I don't know what to do."
Right. Stab.
And
yeah, this big old hand just grabbed me and I'm like, oh! Because, so you never know,
Well, a lot of times before someone attacks you with a knife, they're going to do one or two things. One, they're going to gauge. They always, in real life knife assaults, and almost everyone I've either studied or researched, they always gauge before they stab. They always grab before they stab, a lot of times. So even here, boom, So, but gauge, here, yeah. So a lot of times we'll feel this, but we're not seeing this, in here. And so at least you hey, man, and whatever based on your studies that you're going to do.
Yeah, because I've seen it, they seem nice. They're like, hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Another good one from there is, you've all seen this one, right?
We cross block.
Yeah, we don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
One after the other.
Right, because you roll the blade and you can push the arm, that hand slides down. There. So if you're going to do it, bam, here, get that rippling water effect. It's like if you drop a rock, you get the ripples.
Yeah, but then they fade. Yeah.
Right, and then they fade. But drop two rocks,
they kind of
boom. And so in here, think of that. Give them two shock points, either here or here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just the idea of making
the idea of sending two shock points.
Same.
Yeah, to stimulate that muscle.
Right, because if you have any sort of training and it gets stopped,
Bam.
There. Right.
That's
you're not sure which one to pay attention to.
Yeah. So
okay.
Even here, I can still go outside.
Right.
But you get these two nerves here. Come in.
Oh, I'm gonna feel this later.
Bam. And they're not hard.
No, no, because the other half of it is me coming in this way.
You're
and
forced. And boom, here, bang, here. We
And then we go back to the passing, the
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what Danny and
Mickey were doing.
Danny and Mickey
Wow,
and stuff. And
that's incredible,
incorporate that.
dude.
All right.
Dude.
Well, let me get back in there, back up a bit. So I can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
back in there. That's good. Wow, that was some amazing stuff. I love it when he gets hurt,
Yeah,
because I know I'm not getting hurt.
dude, it's like a stopping block. I just went, dude. Not good.
Brian, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you
thank you,
guys
thank
for
you.
having
I
me.
mean, that was a lot of fun. I enjoy the stories that you brought with us.
Oh, I
That
learned
was-
something good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hand it to me. There you go. That's how you get a big man down.
That's how you get him to my level.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Hey, folks, don't forget
like and subscribe.
Hit the notification channel.
Definitely. Wow. Did we practice that?
No, we did not.
Oh my God, we're good.
Anyways, again, we want to thank
Brian Everett,
Brian Everett
yes.
here. If you guys are
Thank
ever
you,
in
guys.
Oregon, go visit him. He's
Yes,
at a park over
he's
there
at a park somewhere. Just look for a giant bear.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be
And then a
him.
bunch of little kids swacking each other. Anyways, this has been Collie Conversation with me, Rick,
And me, Naeem.
and Mr. Big Giant Guy,
Brian Everett.
Brian Everett.
All right, guys, you're gonna have a good one.
3, 2, 1, cut!